I'm Faye Watt, and let's queer up lesbian and queer women. Joanna Trollope, author of lesbian classic A Village Affair, dies at 82. Best-selling English author Joanna Trollope, whose groundbreaking novel A Village Affair, centered on a lesbian love story, has died at the age of 82. Trollope wrote more than 30 books, including The Rector's Wife and Other People's Children, publishing under her own name and the pseudonym Caroline Harvey. Though often labeled the queen of the Aga Saga, she rejected the term as patronizing, saying her work was quite subversive, quite bleak. Her daughters, Louise and Antonia, said she was a beloved and inspirational mother who passed away peacefully at her Oxfordshire home. Released in 1989, A Village Affair follows Alice, a married woman who forms a life-changing bond with Clodagh Unwin in a small English village. The novel was adapted by ITV in 1995 and became an early, rare depiction of lesbian love on British television. Born in 1943, Trollope became a full-time writer in 1980 and later received both an Order of the British Empire and the Commander of the Order of the British Empire for her contributions to literature. You know, Joanna Trollope mattered. Plain and simple, right? A Village Affair gave lesbian love a quiet human dignity at a time when we barely existed on any screen. So that kind of storytelling saved lives, you know, including all of ours. Her legacy proves representation doesn't need spectacle to be revolutionary. Sometimes it just needs to be honest, like she was. And some of her pictures from back in the day, she could get it. She was beautiful.
Absolutely. I love this.
You had to go there, didn't you?
I had to. I had to, because, you know, I will
You're a
always
woman
be
who
me.
wrote all these stories, and it's all about how
It's all about me and how she looked. I'm sorry.
Well, let me tell you, 1989, I went off to nursing school, went off to college, actually, and headed towards nursing school. It was one of the first gay books that I actually could get access to. Because I went to in Texas, you know, very conservative. So I went to a private Christian, highly conservative high school in Austin. And so this was one of the first books. It was beautiful. I was big into the whole London, UK thing, England thing. And I love the story. I love the characters. I love English countryside and gardens. I grew up on a farm, so I loved the whole garden aspect of it. But it was truly a beautiful novel. So when this story came up, it really just kind of reminded me of a point in my life that it was a sense of freedom for me to be off at college and to be reading queer literature that I didn't have access to.
Yeah.
And so it meant a lot. It was nice to see this story.
Yeah, I'd love to learn more about her life. You know, how she got to where she was. She had 2 kids, whether they adopted or not adopted. Just sort of how she progressed to find her voice and to be able to write these stories when she was 40 years old, I think is what they said, 40 years after. So, yeah, it's a great story. And it's nice to hear of these unspoken heroes that we don't realize or recognize are out there. Right. And when something like this comes up, you know, thank you, Queer News, for tonight, for finding this story and sharing it.
Positive news.
100%, 100%. And it doesn't matter that it's a story about a lesbian love. I think we can all relate to it. It doesn't matter if you're a gay boy, trans, non-binary, whatever it is. Queer love is queer love. Yes. You know what I mean? And like, you know, hiding is part of our DNA, right? And just being in love and not being able to share it, like all of that, you know, we can relate to in such a wonderful way. And she was doing this before people were doing that, you know? So, Joanna, my hat's off to you, and thank you. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.